Hey, good afternoon, folks. Thank you for coming back to another Tony Montana video. He's Simone here. Um, love this dog. Had him for many years. Not many years, several years now. He's one of the puppies. Who is this one? Let's see which one is this. Oh, this is Ramsey. Not named after Chef Ramsey because he loves to be in the kitchen when people are cooking. He's just chilling there, and he's not all of those dogs do that. He's the one that really is into that. Hangs around while people are cooking and just there just in case. But so he's Chef Ram, or rather just Ramsey, not Chef, but just Ramsey. Over there we have. Oh wait, here we go. We got weird Caritas. We call him Caritas because you got trying to. What's up, Papito? He's trying to get the bone. He's really into the bone. Here you go. Go get the bone. Yeah, and I have the other dogs locked up. I got his brother over there. He also has a name. His name is Bossman. I have them separated because they will go at it, or that's the reason when this one and that one got into it when the father actually attacked him, but it really wasn't a true attack. It was more of a really extreme rough playing, which left him really hurt. It left him, but good thing I know how to take care of him, and he's fine, 100%. And when he grows up, I'll just have if I still have that father, I'll have to be careful to not put them together because he's going to eventually want revenge for that, and he's going to keep that grudge until he gets older. So again, he's Chef Ramsey. Really, with this conversation, and I just wanted to give you sort of follow up of what's going on. They're nice and healthy, so for people that are interested in the health and not because this or that, they are all nice and healthy. They eat better than me. They eat a combination of different things. We had it. But definitely, I keep. They actually cost me a pretty penny to keep them that way. But anyway, let's talk about a little bit of the dog. Someone asked me. Now this is a translation of the video I did today in Spanish. But I got a couple of people that say, "Hey, English." So I'll say it in English. But again, I motivate myself depending on how the audience is going, where the audience is taking me, and I feel like the Spanish audience are the ones appreciating more of my videos. So I tend to lean that way more. When at the beginning there was more appreciation from the English side. So anyway, but I got love for both the English and the Spanish side. I just have limited time. I'm like in a constant tiredness because I'm constantly either working or dealing with life, or family, or the dogs. And especially now that there's more to it, I got a lot less time. But again, this is my number one priority. The dogs are my center of the universe. So they are the things that I really wanted to concentrate on. But let's talk about the white dogs in the American Pitbull Terriers. And when we're looking back at the historical pictures and all the records that we have from the early 1900s, we see the difference from then to today. They had a lot more white dogs walking around, let's say, than today. And somebody asked me, how come we don't have that many today in comparison to back in the day? Now, this really is part, my belief, because obviously it's a belief system. There's records there. I've seen a lot of records, but perhaps I haven't seen everything. So I'm just going by my intellect and what I've seen in terms of records, historical or otherwise. But the white in the dog, obviously, for people that are in the history, they know that the American Pitbull Terrier was a creation, came from pit dogs and the pit dogs that came from the English side, the England, they were a mix of all English bulldogs and a couple of different types of terriers. One of the predominant terriers they used was the white terrier, which is, according to records, it terrier type that is no longer in existence. Hold on a second. Quiet, Simon. The white terrier was one of the main terriers used in the mix for the pit dog in England. Now, this mixture of 50-50, we'll call them 50-50, so we're putting all the terriers into one umbrella and the Old English Bulldog in another. So they were called 50-50s. They came to the United States and they were matched and bred into dogs from other parts of English, breeds or English lines, and as well as Irish and Scottish. But Scottish is really smaller ones, but I do like to give them recognition that basically sorry, I'm getting a text, so I'm looking at it. But basically, when these dogs came to the United States, it was the 1800s, and then in the 1900s, they were still part of the genetic makeup up front. I'm not so you saw them a lot more in the early 1900s, and some of them you might confuse them. You might be buckskin, but because it's a black and white picture, it could have been just buckskin, but in the picture it just looked white. But that is one of the main places where that the white came from, and we don't have them now, but we do have them in some lines, but when they're inbred. For example, the Red Boy line of dogs. If you continue to inbreed a Red Boy, you'll start seeing a lot more white in the dog to eventually seeing a mostly white dog. I also know of a line that it's the white, which comes from Epinette. The Epinette died I think 2 years ago, so time goes fast, so it could be longer. He had a line of Casper dogs that were predominant white dogs. And I also seen some Jeep dogs that through inbreeding, they also get to be white. They have a lot more white in their coat. I do have to give it, a warning that white, for the most part, in the American Pitbull Terrier, leads to deafness. So a lot of, like, if the dog is either 100% white, either first, I would say, is it a real American Pitbull Terrier? But if it is, there might be a chance that the dog will be deaf, a deaf dog. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful, and obviously, sorry, I'm trying to get this. I got this blurry. There you go. So you have to be careful if you like white dogs to get them from a place that has checked for that deafness in the dog, because you can breed it out. Because if you breed white and you get deaf, obviously you don't breed those deaf dogs. You try to breed the ones that don't have the deafness, at least active in their bodies, because that will help improve the chances that the offspring, if we continue to inbreed those individuals that do not show those big defects or the defects. So that's the way you remove genetic defects. That's the same way the old family red-nosed dogs got rid of their defects. Back in Ireland, they continue to inbreed and just removing those dogs that showed defects, and they did not breed those dogs that show defects. And so they continue to inbreed, and they got rid of genetic defects as that way. Same thing with the white dogs, but again, it's a process. It's not something that happens right away. It doesn't happen in one generation, but that's my take on the white dogs. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and do like my video if you like to continue getting content in English. Again, my time is limited. I do like to just add some content to both the English and Spanish versions, Spanish side of the equation. But I do also appreciate the likes when I do, like the video I did about schooling. That was really a disappointment. But anyway, this is Tony Montana. Until next time.